Record.
As you can see, the Mark II is now back in her rightful place on the ramp, and I'm getting ready to finish bolting up the bumper. I've made my little spacers and I've put everything back as it should be. Now what I need to do is to raise the bumper up and pull the cord. Rip. That will then, hopefully, bring the rubber edge up and tuck it up against the bodywork. That's the theory. We'll see. I mean, you do it on a windscreen, so yeah, should be okay. This is the one I'm going to use on this side, and I may have to put a little piece of block of wood or something there, just, you know, to prevent damage. And the same on the other side with the different jack. Those beady-eyed of you will note that there is a chip here on the boot lip, and that sucks. It was my fault. No denying it, even though I would love to deny it. I shut the boot without the seal. I haven't got the seal in there yet, and because I shut it a little too hard, it chipped. So once I get the boot seal replaced, or in, should I say, I do have the seal, I just haven't got round to putting it in, my own stupid fault. I would then have to take the car back to the body shop and say, hey guys, can you fix that little chip for me? And I'm sure they will, because I'll pay them. But that's going to be a long way down the road, because it doesn't even run at the moment. But I'm working on that. I'm trying to get all the wiring sorted out. Excuse me. Once the wiring sorted out, then I've got things connected that as much as I can, then I can connect the battery and try and turn it over. And one of the reasons I want to turn it over is because I like to keep the engine rotated, which is something you should do when you're building, and you've built an engine and it's not being started for a long time. Turn it over. I would suggest at least, excuse me fly, at least once a week. More is not a problem. Less? Yeah, okay, that's your choice. I turn this over at least once a week by hand with a big ass wrench. But if I can do it on the starter motor, that's going to make life a lot easier for me. And that's something that I'll need to look into. But if I can't, you know, if I liven up the battery at the moment, or connect to the battery, I've got lots of wires hanging out that aren't connected to anything. And, you know, if it sends a power supply to something and shorts out, then bingo, we got a fire. And you know how I hate that. What else am I going to do on this? I'm trying to do some catch-up jobs. I've got a cord rope trapped between the gearbox and the transmission tunnel, because the transmission tunnel is not fully cut yet. I've still got to cut it to get the Tremec gearbox in there properly. That's going to take a little while. I also have to use the mount that the company sent me. Unfortunately, I'm kind of disappointed there. They said they were going to work with me and we would create a mount for a manual gearbox one. Instead, at the end of the day, all they've said is just use the manual, the automatic one. So I'm now going to have to use that, and I'm going to have to drill the floor and put nuts and bolts in. I mean, obviously I'll weld the bolts in because I want it done properly. But it's just not the way, in my book, it's not the way it should be. But, you know, I got to do it because I want to get the thing working. Sorry about the fly, he's rather friendly at the moment. He's going to die. All right, let's get on, do some shit. Okay, 1 second here. Are we recording? It would appear so. Good. Now, first of all, what we need to do is tighten up the bolts under here, and the ones I've got in are 1/2 inch aft. So let's See if it's. Oh boy, this is gonna be fun. I don't even know if I can do this, but well, of course I can. I will. I always do. But trying to get to these bolts, it's going to be fun. And of course the watchet doesn't want to work because it's not got enough room. Let's try doing it the other way, as the actress said to the bishop. Now you might want to fast forward through this because I'm going to have to do a lot of jiggledy-piggledy here. You get the idea, don't you? Oh boy. This could take a while. I'm going to speed you up. here. Go again now. Shit. One big nut to do now. Good, still going to do it. Chunk of editing. Right, as you found that last segment so interesting, I'm going to do it on this side. So, first of all, see if I can get these tight. Whenever you put a ratchet spanner in, you've always got it the ratchet the wrong way. Now I could tell you the size of these wrenches, but there's no point. Because depends what size bolts you put in. Oops. Well, I guess it's not going anywhere. This is probably really rather boring for you guys, but it's very interesting for me. And I gotta tell you, this bumper doesn't really fit very nicely, but hey, it's what I got. I have no choice. Sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. Hopefully I can make it look half decent. Rather like me, half decent, but mainly not decent. Okay, that's those two done. Let's just move that. One more note, and I can't get the watchet on it, so I have to do it manually. Nothing like a good manual. Tell you what, having lights shining up makes it so much easier. Why didn't I do that on the other side? Instead I just did it by feel. almost there, guys, and then it'll be the big string time, huh? You're all looking forward to that. I know I am. Because if it doesn't work, I'm going to be awfully upset. That is tight. Okay, let's bring it down a level and then we will see how it's going to go. Okay, it's truth time. Let's see if pulling this string brings the seal to where I want it. I'm not expecting perfection, just expecting to... No, it's stuck there. I'm not quite sure why. Alright, let's go from the other side. Oh dear, that didn't work there, did it? Look at that, it came off. Ah, shit. Yeah, there's something else I've got to deal with there. And let's try this, continue. Oh, it really doesn't like it there as you get to the overriders. Now that's annoying. It must be pinched somehow. But I've got to keep going. God damn it, when you think you've got it, because look at that, that was going around there nicely. Okay, perfection, no. Crap. So why is that not coming through there? Do I need to just coax it? Do I get past this bit? Tell you what, folks, this is not easy. Those bloody mice and men again, the best laid plans. Got it. Okay, there we go. Alright, let's see if I can pull this one through like I did on the other side. Just a little bit at a time. Maybe I should... now it's trying to pull that. Alright, hang on a second. I'm going to tie this off so it can't pull it through. Because it now wants to pull this out. And I don't want it to, so I'm not going to let it. Har, har, har. Right. So now we will fight it again. Just a little bit at a time. Tell you what, folks. I'm thinking if I just give some WD-40 there. Come for a walk with me. Sorry about this. Doing too many things at once, Gary. Yes, and this is me sticking this cable in. Right, let's see if this works. Oh, tricky, tricky. Take your time.
Ah, look, it's cut into the rubber. Fuck it. Alright, we're going to put it the other way. Never fucking easy, is it, huh? How did they do this in the factory? Alright, let's get this off of here. I can get the angle of the dangle. Right, okay. So I do have a bit of damage there. I think I can probably, once I've cleaned this up, just a little dab of glue in there and then just push it back down. If not, I'll live with it. I've got to push this back in here, which is really rather annoying, but again, excuse me, shite happens. And I think this is going to be a case of my little tool. This is WD. Let's see, shall we? Hey, why not do it on camera so you guys can see how I did it or how I fucked it up? What do you think? Well, that's not how I want it, but let's see if I can get it how I want it. Ooh, close but no cigar, huh? Oh, damn it, it slipped. Oh, you bitch, don't you dare. Ho 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 ho. Oh dear, don't you just love this shit? I see the problem. Okay. Let me. Of course, now it's got WD-40 on it, it's sliding all over the goddamn place. There. Okay, I can tell you now. Okay, I've got it. There we go. All right, and I will be making a little modification under here once I've cleaned this up, and that is just to put a little bit of contact adhesive there just to keep it in that position, and also do this repair here, which is rather annoying, but, and of course that piece wants to push it up. We'll have to see what I'm going to do there, but I'm relatively pleased with the way it's gone. Sorry, let me remove you. You know, this is not perfection here. I'll bend that in a bit. But it doesn't look bad. It's kind of a strange thing that they did on these bumpers. I don't know why they did that, but I'm sure Mr. William Lyons will be able to tell you when you meet him. So now I'm going to spray this with brake cleaner to neutralize the WD-40, and then when that's set, I will put a couple of dabs of glue under there to make sure that doesn't move, and repair that there. Okay, hopefully you found this one of interest. As always, get out in the garage, do some shit.